Men are not allowed to bond with people. They are not allowed to bond with themselves and be alone with themselves and to figure themselves out without narcissistic, manipulative people projecting all of their traumas and failures onto them and onto other people instead of looking in the mirror and doing the light work, the shadow work, the spiritual work, the healing work to get to a higher level in life without being a narcissist. Why not try to be an empath for once? Maybe you should stop taking and actually give. That way we can assume, at least try to plant the picture that you're trying to change or you have changed. You see, nobody likes nobody else's pain and suffering and projections and things of that nature placed upon them, whether it's from another person, place, or spirit, or in the bloodline through generational witchcraft or warfare or whatever the case may be. Nobody wants to be sad and depressed and isolated and rejected all the time. And then when we finally want to come out of our cave, people start throwing allegations on us and start spreading rumors and things of that nature on us. And it's like, where is this coming from? Or what made you say that? Who said this? Or what you been listening to? What spirit is talking to you? That you gotta accuse people of something and then you always gotta be right about it. You gotta look at everybody's flaws and call them crazy when you're the one that's crazy. You call them so many negative things that I can't even really say at the moment. That you should be focused on yourself. That you be calling and projecting on yourself. Like, men just cannot bond with people. They're not allowed to bond with other men, other women. They're not allowed to bond with kids. It's like, so we're supposed to be the chosen ones, and we're the high vibrational ones. We're actually the ones who are probably empaths and prophets and a lot of other spiritual positive stuff. We're probably the people that got picked to light up the world and change it. We're probably the ones that you have suppressed our voices and told us not to say this or that, or you do all you can to control us even when we fight back and stand up for ourselves. A lot of men are cowards, especially if you are one of those older men who I would consider an OG or a young OG like myself, or a G in general, or one of the lower rankings, which would be a wannabe or a thug or whatever the case may be, or a big homie or whatever these titles are in the street culture. You would actually watch a man be around women growing up instead of including them, whether they might cling to their mother or whatever the case may be. But it's like, once that man gets older, you want to call them all kinds of gay and feminine and all of these other negative titles or slangs. instead of including him into the party, the vibe. Maybe help him push himself to get out on his own and start his journey by being a good role model or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, then we have this, thing where men are supposed to pump the gas and hold the door and all of these other gentleman street hood ethics or whatever. It's like, stop trying to stereotype every man into be just like you. If it's not my car, you can pump the gas. Or I can go, say this on this pump here, this that and the other, or grab some snacks, this and the other. As a man in the hood, mind your own business. If she pumping the gas, mind your own business. Stop interfering with people's, livelihoods, where you think you're supposed to prove something or show somebody something that they should have known when they were a kid or a teenager. Stop trying to involve yourselves in my personal life, in my private life, in my professional life. Like, people, if nobody's complaining and you feel like you gotta right the wrongs or correct somebody, do it in love. Other than that, leave people alone. Leave people alone. Because our lives are not about you. If it works for me, it works for me. If it works for you, it works for you. If it works for my partner, whoever that man or woman or friend or whatever, acquaintance, associate, leave it alone. Keep it going, because God should be able to speak to us without the enemy and outside voices penetrating us all the freaking time. People make it about themselves. It's not. It's not about you. You don't care when somebody gets fired by doing a good thing. You just want to, stereotype them. You don't even let the allegations come out all the way. You just gotta, deep dive into somebody's life. You don't think I know people are probably deep diving into my life right now? Because I do know that they are doing that, especially scammers and hackers and people who want to pretend to be me, or be able to use the enemy, like let the enemy use them to get to me. You can only do so much, giving and taking and manipulating and scheming and scamming and spamming and all of that until somebody like me gets tired of it. Like, I won't expose people. I would love to expose people. I have cash apps, receipts, emails, and text messages, and social media messages, most likely, depending on the time and place and situation. I have at least a couple years worth of receipts. Even if that account is no longer available, or the person blocked me, unfriended me, or unfollowed me, or whatever the case may be, or they deactivated their page, or whatever, or no longer is active on their page, and I end up, unfriending it, or whatever the case may be. Like, people owe me money right now. You think I'm asking them for my $100 and thousands of dollars and this and the other back? No, I'm not. But I know their names, even on my little spiritual healing journey. It's like my memory is coming back. God still remembers, and I didn't really forget. You can unfriend me, unblock, block me and unfollow me as much as you want. I have people all the time, deleting their accounts or disappear, and next thing you know, they done found me again. I'm like, how did you find me? What are you so obsessed about me? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, And you don't talk to me on the phone. You don't message me. You don't send me money or reciprocate. But you done found me all the time. Even through mutual friends on social media. I'll be like, what? But what? Huh? Why does people keep sending me a damn friend request and shit like that? What? This is your second or third page. Or why you keep making all these accounts? What's going on? Shoot, nowadays I'll be like, hey, I'm bought on a budget. I want you to send me money when you want to trauma dump me and message me under the influence. I got a lot of guys that do that. And neither one of them not really appreciates me assisting them in their journey of life. You know, I probably only have one actual guy that appreciates my efforts in helping him even when I'm financially struggling. But at least I'm able to see him motivate me and inspire me in the process. To follow his dreams. So, yeah, it's like, okay, guys. People want to project everything that somebody else does or that they do unto us. They pour all of their overthinking onto us. Oh, you have a son now. You have a daughter now. Your thought process is different. I don't care. Don't disrespect me and don't disrespect people who are doing good, who don't have nothing to hide. Who are willing to tell the truth and the whole truth without really telling a lie. You know? I mean, really, I as somebody who's been through so much in my 34 years soon, I am literally disconnected in a sense. That I have to remember people's names if I barely remember their face. And at the same time, I have to plan for emergency crises. That way I can get involved. Even though I have no background, I don't really know how to fight. But God is teaching me how to make a way out of nothing. Because people are so selfish and inconsiderate of themselves. That they want to dumb down me and other people who are chosen. Meanwhile, God is restoring us and allowing us to get the rest we need before we go back into a battle. I grew up on America Most Wanted, John Watts, You Can Make a Difference. Why would I want to hurt somebody and end up on something like that? 1-800-CRIME TV. So make it make sense. It's one thing to spread rumors and not have all of the allegations come true. It's another to not really get the facts right. And just make videos of somebody's face and voice and make it look like it's actually them. And you are trying to make them be caught in an act based off a lie. I can't save and help you. Or your kids or your parents or your friends or associates or acquaintances or whoever. If you don't care about my personal feelings. If everything is always about you. You know, I mostly talk to people my age from about 18 to in their 40s. That's really my target range for the most part, especially when I think of the younger generation, about 5 to 10 years younger than me, that are always looking for me and they pursue me. Just like I have older men that pursue me or have some type of lust behavior behind them. It's like, Well, when you gonna take care of me, bro? My bank account is low. It's like I need my Cash App to start ringing, my PayPal to start ringing. I need my mailbox to overflow. You know, just like I seen a post just now. You know, money is not about the money. It's about the energy exchange. I prefer to be a high vibrational person. I don't want to relive my trauma and flashbacks and things of that nature that my mind has blocked over and over and over again. And have to keep forgiving myself, forgiving people who verbally abuse me, physically abuse me. You know, and I'm talking about grabbing me to potentially choke me, or chastise me, or whatever the case may be. You know, I grew up getting whoopings. You mean to tell me that my brother also lived in the same household, grew up getting whoopings, and is in the streets and things of that nature, and I'm not? And I'm older than him? Are you serious? You know, and then you have men wanting me to be like my younger brother. I'm like, so you take more interest in somebody who's doing bad or doing wrong or doing street shit, and you care and you don't tend to me and help me be a man? So you gotta make it make sense. I don't care if I am chosen. I feel disrespected by every man, every guy my age that didn't help me become acquainted, you know, as of having some type of coming of age moment, whether that's going to house parties or having sex at an early age or getting high at an early age. Now you got, you know, men and women stereotyping me and projecting their gay issues onto me. So, I can't be straight, I guess. I gotta be gay or I gotta be bisexual. You know, like, what's the issue that you can't be honest with yourself? And you gotta project your issues or whatever issues that somebody else projected on you onto me and other people who don't have no father in their lives or no father figure. You know, I had a few father figures when it comes to maybe, you know, Boy Scouts in school and things of that nature. Or in the community or something of that nature. But, like, no, nowadays, you know, since my early 20s, I've had to, you know, seek my report out based on being like my family, I guess. Whether it's the bus driver or the transit planner or, you know, or somebody that's in politics, like the mayor or the city councilman, or the political candidates that I have, you know, whether they're Democrat or Republican or whatever. It's like I had to really look for men who I could really, you know, identify with in a sense or want to be like. Whether they're black, white, young, old, whether they're from the hood or from the streets or have served time, or if they're from the suburbs, or if they're millionaires. You know, and it's like, I don't know why God wants me to talk about it, because it's still on my spirit, because I was like, well, I'm going to try not to really do a video on this, And I probably knew it was going to be long too. But it's like, okay, God, use me then. Use me then. Because people don't care about when somebody's doing good. And they get fired for posting something on social media. And it gets taken out of context. I know how that is. You know, I would say a lot of people in recent years, I would say about the past 2 years, I've had about the same rapport when I was working and when I got fired. You know, and I would say my vibe is right every time. Whether I'm at church, whether I'm in the community, I would say my vibe is right every time. Because these people literally attract to me like I'm like a magnet. So there's no reason for me to want to harm a child or an adult or an elderly person. Especially when I've been traumatized and things of that nature my entire life. And then I'm fighting back now. I'm learning how to fight back and stand up for myself because men are ghetto and ignorant because they want everybody to be a mean man that does not know how to show love or empathy. You know, you can only go to prison so many times until you learn your lesson. And then I would say, yeah, you needed to stay in here and rot because you apparently don't need to come out. Because we have a system in life where we keep letting out the bad guys and then we keep locking up the good ones. Yeah, the Bible is playing out right in front of us and we pretend we don't see it. And I do. But maybe one day you will get it when it's you. You say, we say, oh, that ain't never gonna happen. Yeah, I probably said that too. But when somebody gives us a voice, and when God uses people to give us a voice, I'm gonna be honest, I was saying the last couple of years, I got to this point of being a prophet, a celebrity entertainer, a life coach, and public figure, trillionaire, tapping into my passions and following my dreams and seeing myself on the red carpet. I would say God used little baby, Dominique Armani Jones. He's a couple years younger than me. You know, for me to be preparing myself to be in the spotlight more, whether it's with the secular realm, because I'm not called to the church, and I don't care about the religious and spiritual stereotypes and all of that mess. If God isn't pushing it on me, then you're not going to push it on me. Because I'm a greeter at my church. I'm pretty much a leader at my church. You know. But it does not make no sense at all. It does not make sense. It just doesn't. Well, we just have to keep faking it and trying to push labels on everybody else who are vulnerable and weak at a certain point in their lives. You know, and then we come into this moment of self-doubt and speaking against our affirmations and dreams and visions and things of that nature because we have come to a downfall at a point. You know, I've been saved since 2015. I've known I was a prophet since 2016. Both of those days were in the Leo season. I'm a Leo. I've believed in God my entire life. I grew up in church. Even if we didn't go to church all the time, I don't strive to be religious. I do my best to accept everybody as they are, even if I don't like their appearance or their hearts or their bullshit. You know, it's like, yeah, if I can work around the toxic bullshit, then I will. If I can't, I'm gonna get away from you. You know, if just like people, they walk away from me when I start getting passionate and loud about my future. It's like, hey, I want my bag, and I'm gonna tell you, I want my bag. Don't play with me. If I do this, you see me in person doing this, I mean it. I want my bag, bro. Yeah, because I talk with my hands. I'm not asking for no handout. But if I ever preach a sermon, this is one. Even though it's got no language in it. But a lot of y'all are too sensitive and y'all closed-minded. And y'all think everything's about y'all. And then when somebody falls, we be like, yeah, we knew it. We knew. Why did you know? Who told you you knew? Who told you you knew that they were this, that, and the other? Got women separating men from their child. And you have men that you have single men with several kids trying to hold me accountable, trying to humble me. Bro, I'm single as fuck. And I'm looking for a good man or woman to come alongside me. And not have to be bound by stereotypes and labels. As long as I get my bag out of it. You know, as long as I get my bag out of it. I don't care about nothing else. You know, as long as I get my love and peace and humbleness and my tribe, my village, and my team out of it. As long as I get my promised land. You know, it's like, hey, I don't care. I just want my bag. I know I'm a man. I use the men's restroom. I go to men environments, you know? Or unisex environments, whatever. I say hi to people. I tell people my life story, my testimony, or I just tell stories. You know? Yeah. Other celebrities and past and present, you know, public figures, famous figures, and things of that nature have motivated me to get to this point. Men from the streets, men who are hustlers and have served time. I'm learning how to be open-minded and receptive to them, especially when they pull on me and need my assistance. You know, but it's time for people to pay for my assistance. I am a brand. I am a business. You are supposed to be giving unto a profit. You're supposed to be baking me a cake. I'm not a Bible scholar. I just keep my Bible open. And when I need a word from God, or I feel like, you know, somebody sends me a scripture, then yeah, I'm going to do my best to meditate on it, or whatever the case may be. But I don't want everything to be religious and holy and sensitive, where I can't cuss, I can't sin, I can't act a fool and get lit and turn and catch a vibe. You know? Because I'm coming out of my comfort zone. You know? Yeah. Your men are not allowed to bond with themselves, with women, with other men, with children, or none of that, without looking crazy, without looking odd, like the eyeball out, you know, without being projected upon or lusted after, or feeling like the person wants to lust after their child and this, that, and the other. Yeah. I know my age groups and I know my age range and I know what I want out of life. Hashtag Blue Shield.